friends, welcome to my channel. Friends, today's video is based on John Keats' Ode on a Grecian Urn. So in this video, I'm gonna analyze Ode on a Grecian Urn from first to last. So just stay connected. At first, we have to know some facts about Ode on a Grecian Urn. So what are the facts? Fact number 1 is that Ode on a Grecian Urn was written by John Keats in May 1819, and then it was published in 1820 in the month of January in the Annals of the Fine Art magazine. So these are the facts. Now we have to read the poem from first to last thoroughly. So Ode on a Grecian Urn. Thou still unravaged bride of quietness, the foster child of silence and slow time, Selvian historian who canst thou express a flowery tale more sweetly than our rhyme. What lay fringed legend haunts about thy shape, of deities or mortals or of both? In temple or the dales of Arcady, what men or gods are these? What maidens loath? What mad pursuit? What struggle to escape? What pipes and trembles? What wild ecstasy? Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. Therefore, ye soft pipes play on, not to the sensual ear, but more endeared. Pipe to the spirit deities of no tone. Fair youth, beneath the trees, thou canst not live thy song, nor ever can those trees be bare. Bold lover, never, never canst thou kiss. Though winning near the goal, yet do not grieve. She cannot fade, though thou hast not thy bliss. Forever wilt thou love, and she be fair. A happy, happy voice that cannot shade your lips, nor ever bid the spring adieu. And happy melodist, unwearied, forever piping songs forever new. More happy love, more happy, happy love, forever warm and still to be enjoyed, forever panting and forever young, all breathing human passion far above, that leaves a heart high, sorrowful and fluid, a burning forehead and a parching tongue. Who are these coming to the sacrifice? To what green altar, O mysterious priest, leadest thou that heifer lowing at the skies? And all her silken flanks with garlands dressed, what little town by river or seashore, or mountain built with peaceful citadel, is emptied of this folk, this pious morn? And little town thy streets for evermore will silent be, and not a soul to tell what thou art desolate, can never return. O Attic shape, fair attitude, with breed of marble men and maidens overwrought, with forest branches and the Trojan weed, thou silent form, those teasers out of thought, as doth eternity. Cold pastoral, when old age shall this generation waste, thou shalt remain in the midst of other woo than ours, a friend to man to whom thou sayest, beauty is truth, truth, beauty. That is all you know on earth and all you need to know. So this is the poem. So now let's start explaining or analyzing this poem. And now see the picture of the Grecian urn. So this is the Grecian urn which Keats is talking about. So now we have to analyze it. So stanza 1. Thou still art ravaged bride of quietness, the foster child of silence and slow time, Sylvan historian who canst thou express a flowery tale more sweetly than our rhyme. What lay fringed legend haunts about thy shape, of deities or mortals or of both, in temple or the dales of Arcady? What men or gods are these? What maidens loath? What mad pursuit? What struggle to escape? What pipes and trembles? What wild ecstasy? So Grecian urn is a relic of antiquity and a chronicler of ancient Greek pastoral life. So Keats gazes at the Grecian urn and contemplates with wonder its long duration on earth for centuries. It seems that it is wedded to quietness as it were, because it stands silent through the slow march of time, as though it were the adopted child of time. From the first 2 or 3 lines, it is clear that Keats is quite shocked or amazed to see the Grecian urn's beauty and to see the thing that the devastating power of time has no effect on this Grecian urn. Keats sees the scene depicted on the urn and feels the charm of the pastoral story. The urn has turned to him into the historian of a piece of pastoral life. Indeed, it seems to the poet as though sculpture can express a story of rural life much better than poetry. He inquires wonderingly as to what legend in rural surroundings is depicted on the urn. Is it a story of the gods who frequent the valley of Temple in Thessaly? Or is it a story of men who led the pastoral life in the Peloponnesian Arcady? He is struck with wonder at these vital figures of men and maidens, of pipers and trees represented on the urn, and feels all their abundant joy. So next we have stanza 2. Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. Therefore ye soft pipes play on, not to the sensual ear, but more endeared pipe to the spirit deities of no tune. Fair youth beneath the trees thou canst not live. Thy song not ever can those trees be bare. Bold lover never canst thou kiss, though winning near the goal yet do not grieve. She cannot fade, though thou hast not thy bliss. Forever wilt thou love, and she be fair. So in these lines, Keats asserts the superiority of the imagination over reality. We all know Keats loves the world of imagination rather than the world of reality. So in Ode on a Grecian Urn, the poet sees the figure of a piper playing on his instrument. He cannot hear the music made by the piper, but he can imagine it. Keats here says that the unheard music is far sweeter than the music heard by the mortal ears. He here affirms the power of imagination to create and enjoy which far surpasses the music heard in reality. For Keats, what the imagination creates on beautiful must be true, whether it existed before or not. Imagination has ample scope for divine enjoyment of music that on earth is not. So the poet asks the sculptured piper to play on softly breathing instrumental music consistently so that the imagination may ceaselessly enjoy the unheard music far sweeter than any real pipe can make. So in these lines, the poet compares the permanence of art with the transitoriness of human life. The prerogative of the sculptor is suggested in these and the following lines. The figures created by him enjoy an immortal existence. The sculptured young musicians under the trees has not to give up his song as the earthly musicians have. Not the sculptured trees can ever shed their leaves, but the sculptured lover not to regret that he can never kiss his beloved, though as depicted on the urn that he is almost on the point of attaining his object. What is the object? The object is kissing his beloved. So Keats asks the lover not to feel sad at his inability to kiss the girl. The lover should find sufficient consolation in the fact that this girl will never grow old and his love for her will never decline. So thus in the sculpture, the various forms of life are eternalized. The artist has been able to make immortal the changing aspects of life. He has depicted the situation of the moment and it is to last forever. The piper beneath the trees and the trees themselves in their inanimate life. The lover and his object in real life have long passed away, but here upon the surface of the urn in the life of art, they will remain for all the times to come. Now we have stanza third. A happy, happy voice that cannot shed your lips, nor ever beat the spring adieu, and happy melodies unwearied, forever piping songs forever new. More happy love, happy love, forever warm and still to be enjoyed. Forever panting and forever young, all breathing human passion forever, that leaves a heart high, sorrowful, and clothed. A burning forehead and a perching tongue. So this passage reveals Keats' keen appreciation for the permanence of art as contrasted with the transitoriness of human life. Whatever loveliness and freshness of nature may be lost in its art form, it attains permanence, which nature in its real life does not attain. The poet contemplates with joy the happiness of the trees that cannot shed their leaves or nor take leave of the spring season. He congratulates the happy musician who sings untiringly new songs forever and ever. Even more happy is the lover represented on the urn. His love is eternally fresh and enjoyable, eager, jestful, and unique. Everything in this picture betokens a love which is higher than any human love in real life, as much as it is free from the latter's not so palatable after effects. Human passions or earthly love leaves behind a heart steeped in sorrow and worries. Hence, the sculptured love is above all earthly passions. So, these feelings of Keats actually comes from his own personal life. We all know that he was rejected by his beloved Fanny Brownie. So that's why he is quite frustrated. Okay. Now stanza 4. Who art this coming to the sacrifice? To what green altar, O mysterious priest, leadest thou that heifer lowing at the skies, and all her silken flanks with garlands dressed? What little town where river, seashore, or mountain built with peaceful citadel is emptied of this folk, this pious morn? And little town, thy streets for evermore will silent be, and not a soul to tell why thou art desolate can never return. So in these lines, the poet, with the help of his imagination, brings before his mind the picture of a little town situated by the side of a river or a seashore or surrounded by mountains which must have been left by its inhabitants on this morning or worship. Just as the visible sacrificial scene is vividly expressed, so also the invisible town, though it has not been depicted. But Keats thinks that from where did all these people come? So it must have been some little town, and the town must have been emptied with all its fierce folk. This little town, whose folk have come out on this happy morning will remain empty and silent forever. Not a single soul will return to its represented on the urn as engaged in the ritual of the sacrifice, are forever fixed on the urn and will never return to follow their usual avocation in the little town. So now we have stanza 5. O Attic, shape fair attitude with breed of marble men and maidens overwrought, with forest branches and the trodden weed, thou silent form, those tease us out of thought, as though eternity cold pastoral. When old age shall this generation waste, thou shalt remain in the midst of other woo, then hours a friend to man, to whom thou sayest beauty is truth, truth beauty. That is all. You know on earth and all you need to know. So in these lines, Keats is saying that when the present generation will lose the freshness and vigor of youth with the arrival of the old age, the urn will remain unwithered by the old age amongst the coming generation of men and earth. It will soothe and comfort humanity with its beauty, like a friend conveying to them the great lesson: there is nothing real but the beautiful, and nothing beautiful but the real. So, in this way, the urn will inspire humanity to seek shelter in the ideal eternity of art, and the knowledge of the identity between what is true and what is beautiful is all that we need to have. We need not know more than this fundamental maxim, which Keats considers to be the sum and substance of wisdom for man. So, what is the fundamental maxim? The fundamental maxim is that beauty is truth, truth beauty. As this stanza expresses two philosophical ideas. What are the ideas? The incomprehensibility of the infinite in art and nature, and the ethics of beauty. So on this note, I am signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you like this video, then please subscribe my channel, give thousands of likes and share it to your friends. Bye bye. See you in the next session.